Hello everyone, it's Christine here and I'm back for our stitch along, and for today's stitch we're going to move on to Cretan stitch. Now I've just grabbed out this lovely piece of fabric because I had it out for something else and I thought, oh, it's got sort of grids on it. I will use that. I know a lot of them have been a much more sort of simple looking fabric, but I thought, hey, it's fun to throw a bit of interest into the stitchery. So Cretan stitch is really great as a filling stitch and it creates a plaited like centre with the little spines coming out from it, and it's particularly useful for leaf shapes, which I've done here. So what I've also done is just drawn myself a leaf shape that we will work now, and I'll just bring my thread, and the thread I'm using is this quite thick vintage crochet yarn from the sewing layer, and I've just tied a knot in the end of it. So I'm going to bring it up there. Then going to hold it off to the left. I'm going to take my needle part way down the outer of the leaf on the right hand side, and then I'm going to pop the needle through there, leave a loop, and bring my needle back up at the center slightly below where that is. Let me just show you. So just sort of like that, but you can work out your own spacing, but I'll show you the method first. And then I'm going to pop down slightly further down on this side at the outer. I'm going to leave my loop, and then I'm going to pop my needle up again part way down, and again catch that loop. And so you can see it's starting to make that spined effect. Now the way I've been doing it is going down and then coming up in a separate movement. You can do it all in one movement, and I'll just show you that now. So if you pop your needle in and then angle it and pull it out where you want it to be, you can just do a single movement to catch your little loop. And then again, to show you on the other side, pop your needle down. You need to always make sure you're coming out into your loop, so that you, make sure you're coming into your loop in the right direction. So make sure you're coming into your loop like that. And then again, so let's not fall into the same trap on this side. So you need to have it coming out so that it catches your loop that way. And that can be the final of your leaf, and then you can either just take it straight down just over the top of the last stitch, or you can put a little stem on if you like that. And then once I iron it, the outer edge will come off. But if at this point you did, you could also stitch around it to form your leaf shape, or you can just have the little, I guess, the skeleton of the leaf. So that's that one. I can also just show you with a thinner thread as well. So I'll just tie this one off on the back. And on the back, as you can see, you just get that nice little, the little dashes of the spines, really. Okay. So let's take another colour. What other colour would we like to use for our, I'm just having a look what we've got down in our box. Wondering if we could use would that be not that one. Yeah, that probably wouldn't show out quite well enough. Maybe we'll use a yellow, because we do have pops of yellow elsewhere. I've even got a bit of thread that's already done. So I'll thread our needle up. We'll give a nice yellow. This one's still a thickish, but not as thick as the last crochet. That's the thinnest one. So where will we do this one? Maybe we'll do it over here. So just drawing our leaf with a spine down the middle. That's just your guide to work within. And we pop ourselves out at the top. And then we take our needle, and I'll do short, I'll make it a sort of with more, I guess, more detail, so shorter little increments that will work as we work our way down. Oops, it's harder when you're near the edge of the hoop to get that angling done properly. Okay, and then here to there. And so yeah, when you're coming from this other side with the loop, you just need to make sure your loop is the right direction. As you would have seen before, if it's not the right direction, you'll get a sort of a double twisted loop, which you don't want. Oops, probably need to go a tiny bit further through. So you just have to flip that loop over so that it's, yeah, catching the loop in the right direction. Maybe one more on this side, and then I think we will call that done, and we can just do our little stem stitch here. So tie that one off, and then we can have a look at it. So there you go, that is another one of the little leaves. And then we've got that bolder one down there, and then we've got our little quite fine detailed one down here. And you could always go over the top and then add another leaf design, another another thread into it. That could be kind of a nice effect as well, layering it over the top. You could also sort of whip down the center of it as well. I actually wonder, while we've got our threads here, because I love to experiment, let's just see how it works if we whip ourselves, we whip stitch up the center of this. Here I am, always wanting to keep playing. I suppose that's what keeps us inspired, keeps us having fun, if we can play as we create. So you're not catching the fabric, you're just bringing your thread underneath the stitches that are sitting on the surface. And so then I guess I'll just pop in up the very top, pull that through. That one possibly should be sitting just a bit more over like that, but that's a fun little one. Just adds a bit of interest up the spine of the skeleton of the leaf. So thanks so much for watching, folks. Take care, and hope you have some fun playing with your Cretan stitch, creating leaves, or it would also be great for sort of seaweed under the sea, all sorts of applications, feathers on birds. Have fun, and I'll see you back next time. Thanks, folks. Bye.